and welcome to Chanakya English for Pandey Politics. Welcome, Mr. Pandey, sir. So, sir, today I think what I've been seeing lately is the definition of how people use Hamas versus Palestine. So, they say pro-Hamas, pro-Palestine. So, can we briefly break that apart and say that Hamas is a terrorist group? So, when they say pro-Hamas, they're actually supporting a terrorist group. But when they're saying pro-Palestine, Palestine is just a civilian set of people, right? So being pro-Palestine is nothing wrong, but being pro-Hamas is a negative tone. Would you agree to that?
It is very interesting and a very meticulous thing to decode this one, because people will certainly confuse, obviously. Common man will be confused without any doubt. Politicians will try to confuse common man with intention, which is very obvious. Before going to that, we can have a Indianized version of the same. Jammu Kashmir is a part of India. Terrorism we cannot accept.
Yes.
So if you are supporting Jammu Kashmiri people and their aspiration and their intention, certainly we have to address all those things. For that, terrorism we cannot accept.
Correct.
This is, and we have one more example related to Tamil Nadu, down south. There was a huge conflict till 2009 in Sri Lanka. People were fighting for, Tamils were fighting for separate Eelam, separate country from Sri Lanka. Ex-Chief Minister Ms. Jayalalitha took a very, very different stand, which was the first and unique in India, to differentiate the terrorism and the freedom fight. Differentiate the freedom fight as well as the terrorism. She supported Tamil Eelam. In the last period, her last period, she supported Tamil Eelam, but opposed vigorously the Tigers, LTTE. So this is how it, LTTE is banned organization in India. It was named as terrorist organization in India. So being a chief minister of a state, she completely sailed with the central government's stand. And she took decision that we will not support, we will never support LTTE. But we will support the cause of Tamil freedom fight there. So because the people were discriminated there, and she felt that we should support the Tamil Eelam cause and the Tamil people. This is the significant difference, supporting a cause and supporting a terrorism. Palestine is a region.
Correct.
Palestine is a region. Some accepted it as a country, some are not, and it is going on. When Yasser Arafat were there, he was a Palestinian leader. So on that period, both Israel and Palestine agreed for two-country idea. So there will be Israel, there will be Palestine. So before there were no Israel, when they completely it was occupied by all these countries. Then they created their own, they recreated their own land. Then they thought there should not be a Palestine. There should be only Israel. So after continuous hundreds and hundreds of years fight, now there is only two strips. One is West Bank and is a Gaza strip. So even now you might be aware, American President Mr. Joe Biden is insisting, Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel Prime Minister, that we should eliminate the terrorist,
Correct.
the Hamas. The same time, we should support the Gaza people. That's the main thing. Gaza is entirely different from Hamas.
Yes.
Palestine is entirely different from Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization announced by, accepted by Indian government also. The conflict when started, Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi ji tweeted that we vehemently oppose any part of, any sort of, any design of terrorism. So it is a designated terrorist organization. So we as India at the whole, we oppose the Hamas. It's a terrorist organization. But India is the only country in the whole world to name which was having a beautiful relationship with both Palestine as well as Israel. Long time we were supporting only Palestine, not accepted Israel, but we supported Israel people, Jews, in very great manner, Of course, we are all aware that governments of Israel always they were thankful to us because India is the only country where Jews were not persecuted, we are not discriminated. They gave full freedom as citizens of our own country people. So they were always thankful to us. But we were having some policy hesitations to support Israel, and we were supporting Palestine. Later years, last 20 to 30 years, we started supporting both the countries. We were having a balance. Even once when Vajpayee was Prime Minister, Ariel Sharon, the ex-Prime Minister of Israel, came to visited India, and that was the first visit of a Israel Premier to India after a long time. And now you can see the personal relationship between Indian Premier and British Israel Premier. They always used to, Modi ji and Netanyahu always used to call themselves as, whenever they could, my best friend Netanyahu, my dear friend Modi ji. So they are enjoying a personal relationship too. So India as a whole, they are very much with Israel as well as Gaza people, as well as Palestinian people. But just 24 hours before we are discussing this topic, our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, categorically told that we cannot take double standards against terrorism. If terrorism comes against India, we will oppose it. Okay. If terrorism comes against any other country, we will be silent. We cannot accept this. So terrorism in any form against any country in anywhere, we should oppose. We are against terrorism, that's dot, period. There is no second opinion about that. We have to oppose terrorism because what happened, if it is a freedom fight, it can target the government institutions, buildings, leaders. Even though it is not acceptable, it can be understandable. But when you target civilians, harmless, armless, and if you target them, women, children, then there is nothing to comment on that. That is what India is, that is where India is, that is where we took a clear-cut stand. We support Gaza, and technically we supported, legally we supported Israel, but humanitarianly we are supporting Gaza. We sent a huge number of doctors, medicines, all these rescue things and all, we support sending to Gaza, not to Israel. Correct. So in these things, if you analyze in detail, you can categorically and clearly understand how clear the Indian government stand is.
So in the Kerala issue, that the blast that, or well, let's talk about the blast later. But Kerala, there was a pro-Hamas rally where they had a virtual meet from Hamas leader Khalid Mashal, and he spoke a lot, and I think it was very much in a negative tone for somebody. We are saying that Hamas is a terrorist group. We are very clear about that. We are supporting Palestine, but he is talking about supporting Palestine from a different perspective. One, why are we allowing that rally to happen? How can somebody, a person of that stature, be allowed to speak to our netizens? And two, was that blast really tied to that rally? Because I think there is a different angle to it as well, but is there a slightest doubt that the blast in Kerala could be related to the rally?
Supporting Palestine cannot be taken as a wrong one or mistake one. It's not Correct. A crime at all. We can. Because they are also Muslims, or because they are also civilians, because they are all harmless people, in whatever reason, you supporting Palestine is not a crime. We can. Supporting Hamas is a crime as far as Indian law is concerned.
Yes.
But there was a huge rally supporting, in the name of supporting Palestine, they were supporting the Hamas. That was the very tragic one. And I seriously think that rally and the gentleman who spoke from Hamas, I seriously believe that that's a jolt on Indian intelligence. We were not aware of that. So the government was just a spectator. Neither state government nor central government were able to stop or handle that. So they allowed it to happen. They were just witnessing it. I seriously believe that Home Affairs Ministry will interfere into that, and they will advise Kerala government appropriate way. And I seriously think that there may be some action in future, very near future.
Okay.
Because if you allow this to happen, this will give a wrong signal to common civilian in India. So you may, sooner or later you can expect a lot more rallies supporting, in the name of supporting Palestine, supporting Hamas directly. So obviously slogans supporting Hamas, opposing Israel, by mean opposing Hindus and Hindutva. You might be aware in the same rally there was a lot of slogans and
Yes.
speeches, even hate speeches against Hindus and Hindutva and all.
Yes.
So this will obviously happen, because once you allow, you cannot control and you cannot limit to some extent. It will go beyond obviously beyond even out of control of the organizers. It will happen. I completely agree how it can, because somebody will speak something and you cannot expect what they will. You cannot script all these speeches. So better you could have avoided that rally not to happen, but it happened. It is very unfortunate. I sincerely believe that in future it will not happen anywhere else, because this will give a wrong signal and trigger people in communal line, and because we don't have any connect with Palestine.
Correct.
So at least in Sri Lanka we have a long relationship. Jammu Kashmir is part of our blood and everything. So in Sri Lanka or in Jammu Kashmir, there is a terrorism movement, there is some thought of freedom fighting, and all this. We can understand, we can address, and we can deal with it. But something is happening in Israel and Palestine and supporting for no reason, just because of they are from our religion and all, and utilizing that opportunity to go against Hindutva, that is seriously, I think I seriously expecting the central government to intervene and advise the Kerala government appropriately. But the same way, same time, as of now, only not even 48 hours crossed when we are discussing about the blast. Preliminary investigations and surrender by Mr. Dominic and claim that he only did all these things, and the preliminary investigation, including the DGP of Kerala, all are moving to only one direction. That was an emotional decision of an individual. He thought we should disturb this, and he was against the same church and all. And as of now, we can go with that. There is no reason to doubt their decision. And certainly everyone, including the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, they all said that investigation is going on. It's not ended up. So only one tip we got, one person surrendered, and he claims, and that seems to be logical and factual and correlating with the evidences we are getting it. Certainly NIA will intervene because it's a blast. They doubt that it's a terrorism act. So NIA will certainly intervene, and they will support the local law and order police, and they will also become part of investigating. Whether NIA is investigating the case on their own, that we have to see, because once it is designated as a terrorist attack, then NIA will automatically take. Okay. If it is not a terrorist attack and an emotionally triggered attack, then in Tamil Nadu, when Jamesha Bubin tried to attack in Coimbatore with a car blast, the case is investigated by NIA now. So almost not less than 12 persons were arrested related to that. So if it is a terrorist attack, certainly NIA will be there. As of now, they see that it's only an emotional attack by some individual. We have to wait and watch. As of now, I go by government's investigation and all this. I don't have any doubt that no, we cannot leave all these things and all. If it, in the case of terrorism, unless until someone is very cynical and completely going in an idiotic way, no government or no chief minister or no political party even will support the terrorism organization, because they all have experienced and see if you support terrorism, any of the day the same terrorism will haunt you and will eliminate you too. So terrorism has no eyes. So they will terrorism will never see whether there is a child, whether there is a lady, whether there is a old woman, whether there is a supporter, whether there is an opposer. No terrorism has eyes. So they will just blindly attack whatever comes in front. So no, I seriously believe that no government will support, and we can trust Kerala government in this case.
Okay. So going back to Khalid Mashal, the Hamas leader, he was supposedly physically he's physically located in Qatar. And I wanted to kind of briefly talk about Qatar. So Qatar, a few days back, has sentenced our former Navy personnel to death, right? And one of the reasons that's surfacing is because they were spying, and it was probably because they were withholding some Israeli-related information. So Qatar, it looks like they are pro-Hamas, but they are giving the perception that they are the mediocres. They are communicating between Israel, Hamas, and Palestine. So what is your say on that?
External affairs will very keenly monitor that. It is monitoring that because Qatar neither our enemy country nor our friendly country. We are having a balancing act with them too, as they are having a balancing act with the Palestine and Israel. We are also having a balancing relation. I see for various reasons they used to. Norway was supporting LTT for many reasons. Canada, Australia, all they were supporting Tamil, Sri Lankan Tamils. They were supporting accepting refugees from Sri Lanka. So they were all so kind and good with Sri Lankan Tamils. It doesn't mean that they supported terrorism. Okay. So for various reasons, the Qatar may support Hamas for religious purpose or some other purpose. Immediately we should not think that because they give asylum to all these guys. If when we give asylum to and extended our support to Taslima Nasreen, who was wanted by many countries, and Dalai Lama and China was fighting with us for all these reasons. So we support Dalai Lama for reasons. We gave asylum to Taslima Nasreen for various reasons. It doesn't mean that we support their ideology 100%. Like that, Qatar is supporting Hamas for various reasons. We have to wait and watch. And the case for hanging of that 6 or 8 ex-Navy personals, I again think that's a separate case because incidentally it happened in the same period. But we need not to doubt India, we need not doubt Qatar, whether it is retaliating, it is giving a message to India like that. We need not to doubt that because it was a spying case and they were ex-personals. They were not recruited by us. They were not working for India. They were working for some private institutions. Yes, so, private institutions, you are there are a lot of spy agencies are there and a lot of research oriented there. In research oriented, as a case of atomic energy, you can use the atomic energy for power, energy, and you can use the same atomic for bombing. So, they were doing some research, and what was the purpose of the research? We don't know. The investigation has to go on. But what India was doing in all these 9 years, 5 Tamil fishermen, they were supposed to hang in Sri Lanka for smuggling drugs. The order was pronounced. When Indian government directly and Honorable Prime Minister directly intervened personally and requested Sri Lankan President, on his personal capacity, Sri Lankan President released all the 5 fishermen, and we got, as per their law, it was a crime confirmed, verified by the court, and the judgment was pronounced for hanging. But we were able to get them back. They are very well here. That's a great thing of government of Tamil Nadu. And we have rescued many people, some same Tamil fathers, Christian priests, who were caught in Taliban, in Afghanistan and all. So certainly I strongly believe that Indian government will, of course, External Affairs Ministry already expressed its concern, and I am damn sure they will work on, because after all they were working for our Navy. So certainly I strongly believe that Indian government will intervene and try to get them back alive.
Okay. I'd like to jump on to a different topic, Andhra Pradesh, recent train crash. So I think the train was going to Orissa and there was a crash, and it looks like it's the loco pilot's error. I think he failed to stop at the signal, and are we seeing a lot of this happening in the last year? I mean, compared to the previous year, it looks like this year there's been a lot of train accidents. And are we really learning lessons from whatever is happening in the prior accidents?
I don't see that we have learned lessons from previous accidents, because it was only 4 months before. Just June 2nd, the Balasore Odisha accident happened. We lost not less than 260, 280 people, their lives and the family. And even now there are unaccounted bodies are there, unclaimed bodies are there. So almost typically same type of accident. Almost some signal. Someone says the signal error. Someone says the pilot's error. Someone says they have not watched. Someone says they have not switched off. Whatever the reason, it's a human error, and happening only within 4 months, and the same type, which is very serious. I think Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav should enter directly into this, and he should take action, and he should make assure that it should not happen in future, because we are talking about bullet trains. We have executed Vande Bharat trains, and it is creating a huge trending. It is very much welcomed by throughout country. At the same time, these things are happening. So when you are thinking ahead, seeing ahead, and with all visions and all, and we will be lagging in all these routine things, and that will cost lives, means we cannot accept that. And we were having leaders like when Ariyalur accident happened, Railway Minister of India was resigning for no reason. He might not be aware where is Ariyalur at all, but he took his own responsibility that something happening in Ariyalur because of railway mistake. So I take the responsibility and I quit. I don't agree that someone, if Ashwini Vaishnavji quits and everything will be all right. It is not about quitting, but it's about learning.
Correct.
If we commit these type of mistakes, technically or humanly, it is unpardonable. We cannot accept lives going on this way. We have fought against COVID, and we have fought against a lot of even terrorism and all, and we were unable to handle railway tracks and all, means it's a fun. We cannot accept this.
Lastly, I want to jump into our Tamil Nadu issue, where there was a person who had a petrol bomb thrown, not probably at the governor's house, but nearby on the road. So that is a serious issue, but why was there no FIR filed, even though the person was probably mentally challenged, or I don't know what the problem was there. But when somebody is planning or trying to attack the governor's residence, isn't that a major issue? Have we taken the right steps? Have we done the due diligence to avoid these things to happen again?
I don't think that whether we can avoid such thing, because to avoid any sort of attack, you need strong willpower, manpower, intelligence, lot of things. Now, almost for last 9 years, we have reduced the terrorist attacks in you can count in fingers, one or two are very rare incidents. We have a very strong border, secured border now. Previously, we have seen every day we were seeing terrorist attacks in Jammu Kashmir, and sometimes in Bombay, sometimes in Delhi, sometimes in Ahmedabad somewhere. Now it is very peaceful. For that, Government of India has taken enormous effort, and it made sure that there should not be anything like this. In Tamil Nadu, we have experienced a very tragic incident like Rajiv Gandhi's murder. And very recently we had that which previously I mentioned in Coimbatore, the Jamesha Mubin's attack. He tried to attack, but incidentally he was caught on that attack. So if that attack would have happened, not less than 50 to 80 people might have lost their life. So certainly we should be very, very vigilant without, if something happens in Kerala, immediately secure the border and immediately search the railway passengers and flight passengers very vigorously. And for 2 days you go to the, December 6 comes, watch for vigorously. If something Republic Day, Independence Day, only for 5 days, it is not a matter of few days. It should be a routine. It should be a routine, 365 days, 24/7. I don't see that sort of thing is happening in Tamil Nadu. But by God's grace, incidentally, we are being safe here. And I will never underestimate Tamil Nadu police. They are very, very intelligent and very smart, and they do a lot of good things. Just wanted to correct your statement that the particular person was arrested and FIR was immediately registered. The grievance from the Rajbhavan side was, we have given one complaint. You have not taken that complaint, and you took a complaint from the police officer who stopped the attack, who tried to stop the attack. what is the police version? We have DGP as well as Commissioner of Police as well as Law and Order ADGP. Three topmost officials gave a press meet on the same day and same place. They explained in detail that it was not about a gang. It was not with many people. It was only one person. They shown the CCTV footage. And it was one person who is a notorious, who was always used to do this. He attacked even DGP office, he attacked once, even BJP office attacked. So he used to have this type of things regularly. And my surprise in this case is, of course, Rajbhavan should be, not only Rajbhavan, every individual has to be safe and secure. Somebody will come and having petrol bombs, 4 petrol bombs in his pocket and throw on somewhere. And he tried to attack Rajbhavan, so it is very serious issue. If he attacked some common man, whether is it not a crime, is it not a things to be discussed? So whoever is the target, that should not happen. That is the main thing. My worry is when one person is a notorious one, even the courts are giving them bail and they are coming out and the judicial process is very lengthy one, so we are unable to convict them, let it go. But why don't you put him on watch?
Yes.
You should be seeing him and you should ask them to, he is not a Ambani or Adani that you cannot instruct him. He is a very, very normal guy and it's a notorious guy.
Yes.
And you should have instructed them that every day you should come to police station. Every day you should tell whatever you are going to do, whatever you are doing, where is you are going, what is your whereabout, what are you doing for your bread and butter. So you should keep them in watch. One person noting in his house and just to check their movement and all. If it is watched and he was supervised, I think it could have been avoided because he was walking with the petrol bombs for more than 10 kilometers. More than 10 kilometers from Tenamata, from Nandanam somewhere to Rajbhavan, he was just walking.
Yes.
And he was keeping that petrol bomb in hands. And later he put it in his pant pocket and all. So I am wondering how some person can dare to take petrol bombs in hand and walk free for 10 kilometers.
Right.
If it is some other type of bomb, if it is some other type of weapon, if it is a serious guy, you can see it's an insane guy and it's not mentally stable, whatever, you can let it be. But if it is a plan, if some plan was there, some mode was there, some motive was there, what could have been done? So what happened? So we should be very, very vigilant. We cannot take this as a lone incident and we cannot leave this as it's a notorious yaar, wo to sab jante the. It is not in the case. We should not take this as a normal one. And I have witnessed that Rajbhavan already there was a huge security deployed there, and that's how it was avoided by attacking the Rajbhavan. And now it is more beefed up. I have seen that. It should not be for a day or two. I see the Rajbhavan doors are completely closed and with 2-3 layers of barricade every day, even before the attack. Now it will be more barricades will be there, more places. I want to see a day where the Rajbhavan is completely open. There is only one security person. That is the certificate. That will be the certification of law and order in Tamil Nadu.
That will also make us more comfortable to be in.
Yes, you can see if you cannot enter into Rajbhavan, and indirectly it means the people who inside there is house arrested. So nobody can enter means nobody can come out also in that way. So I want to see the doors of Rajbhavan is vastly open and people are frisked and checked and allowed and to go in, come out. That is what the ideal security and safety system should be. I think we will go towards that, move towards that.
Thank you so much for your time,
My
Pandey sir.
pleasure. My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more such discussions.